What is up, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Modern Age Podcast. We are the Modern Age Preachers. My name is Vaibhav Bhardwaj.
And my name is Abhinav Dwivedi. Thank you guys for showing your love and support for our previous podcast episodes. If you have not checked us on Instagram, please do so. We are at Instagram on the name of Modern Age Preachers. We are also on YouTube with the very same name, Modern Age Preachers. So do check us out on Instagram and YouTube. Moving ahead for this podcast topic, I'm really excited for this one particularly because we have been thinking to record this topic for quite a bit now. And will you tell the name? Will you do the honors, Vaibhav? कि आज के podcast topic का नाम क्या है? What is it?
Job security. Is it a myth or is it a reality?
First of all, I would like to put a very important disclaimer that we don't have any grudges, any offense against jobs, right? So whatever we are going to discuss or we have discussed in this podcast episode has nothing to do with the people who are working for some MNC or doing a job or being employed by someone. So please don't be offended and listen and enjoy this podcast till the very end.
In this podcast, we have discussed our point of views when it comes to job security. Also, various arguments that are put for job security, either if it's for job security or anti-job security. All right, and I think it's going to be a really good one. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this podcast at the very end.
So, whenever somebody talks about this term career, like every time a specific term and a very specific term is coined towards us, that job security, right? So let's discuss on this topic today, that whether job security is a myth or a reality, because this
For
has
sure.
been an ambiguous question for us and many people like us who are starting off with their careers and have a dream, but they are given this term that
Yeah,
job
yeah.
security, job secure रहेगी तो बेटा तुम्हारा career, तुम्हारा future, everything will be secured, right? So talking upon this topic, what's your take that whether this job security term exists in real or it's just a myth?
Actually, to be honest, मेरा अभी बहुत recently my viewpoint has changed. So
Okay.
initially, I used to think कि हाँ, job security is important to an extent, and I still actually think it's important. But now I've kind of come to realize, especially after Corona, इतने लोगों की jobs गई, or so many layoffs, that I started realizing that this thing of job security is actually not prevalent in as many places as we thought. For example, अगर हम
Yes.
जैसे कुछ सेक्टर्स की बात करें, फॉर एग्जाम्पल गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर, राइट? आधे लोग आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट जॉब भी इसलिए ले रहे हैं आजकल क्योंकि जॉब सिक्योरिटी बहुत हाई है, एंड आई थिंक दैट्स एक्यूरेट, राइट? बट कितने लोग थे प्राइवेट सेक्टर में दैट डिड नॉट फॉलो समथिंग दैट दे वांटेड टू डू, और जॉब करी प्राइवेट सेक्टर में ओनली टू एंड अप लूजिंग दैट जॉब, राइट? तो उनका कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ जॉब सिक्योरिटी वॉज अगेन प्रॉबेबली नॉट एज एक्यूरेट.
Yes, and there were people like बहुत अच्छे level पे थे. They were not even at some like executive post or something like that. They were holding some senior position in a very big MNC
Yeah.
or something like that, and they have lost their jobs. And that has been the case during this pandemic. So yes, definitely, इस pandemic की वजह से there has been a lot of change in terms of mindset. People
Right.
are now more like people are now opening for small businesses, for small business ideas, for maybe multiple sources of income, if that's a
Yeah,
point to
just
say, because people these days are just not relying on one source of income because they know that यार ये कभी भी जा सकता है,
right.
this can go, right? Today it is here, tomorrow it can vanish.
Or maybe a bigger,
And
or maybe a superset of multiple streams of income is, I think people are realizing the importance of financial education a bit more.
yes,
कि उनको
yes,
अपने finances
yes.
अगर better handle करने आते हैं and everything, तो maybe these everything kind of it multiple streams of income हो गई, और maybe just financial handling and everything, ये सब I think financial education के अंडर आ जाता है, तो I think अब थोड़ा उसका
Exactly, and
importance ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है.
exactly, and I feel that many eyes have opened, and especially eyes of youth. When we used to earn maybe 6 months, 7 months back. So when we used to earn, तो पैसा क्या था यार हमारे लिए? It was something जो बहुत lavish चीज होती थी. Like if we are earning, because we didn't have any sort of responsibilities,
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
We used to spend like that. And now when we are talking to friends who are earning, So they are thinking कि नहीं यार, now we have to be much more calculative in terms of expenses. If not, we
Yeah.
cannot earn more, then we have to restrain our expenses and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yes, like finance तो बहुत ज़्यादा change हुआ है. To be honest,
Genuinely.
finance का तो I feel that we have most recently included this in our workshops, which we'll be taking in schools and colleges.
Yeah.
Right. So this has been a very big part, I feel.
And not
Finance
only
तो-
included, like we've kind of made it a very core pillar as well. You know, one of the very core subjects that we're going to talk about. So
Because
I
this
mean,
is not being taught to the kids around there, and
Not
that is
at
what
all.
has lacked for us and for many people of our age, or maybe even younger than us. So
Yeah.
this thing is a very big issue, and I guess ये चीजें धीरे because of these circumstances and
Yeah.
situations, this will change, and
Because,
this
like,
has to change because
yeah.
finance is a very
sorry,
big.
I'm interjecting, but I'm just saying कि because it's like a very common, I think, trajectory अभी जो अभी चलती आ रही है कि you go you get educated initially, school जाते हो, college जाते हो, and then when you get a job or whenever you start earning, the first 5 to 6 months or even a year, I would say, like you have no you have no sense of responsibility about finance. तुम मतलब जितना पैसा आ रहा है, कभी कभार तो भाई I remember personally I had spent money I did not even have. मेरी सैलरी
happened to
आती
me
थी and
as
I
well.
had to pay people back. That's how it was.
I still remember that first 3 months I maybe earned nearly 1,130,000 and I spent nearly 150. So and then I came back and I like checked my finances with my father, and he was like, and he said,
What is
"Beta,
happening?"
you have spent 20,000 taking a loan from me," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize," and I thought that I'm having 1,30,000 with me. So it's like. वो चीजें, these things are we are stupid, I would say, at that time.
Yeah.
And as a person grows and as a person develops, I say कि काफी चीजें समझ में आने लगती हैं. That पैसा जो कि उस टाइम पे was not that important, you used to spend like that. Now you are much more calculative. Now you are much more, I would say, accountable for your money.
Right,
So
yeah.
that is a very good sign. So moving back to the topic, I guess we digress to finances and stuff. So moving back to the topic. Job security.
I would just like to ask, like, I've given my view. So, what is your view when it comes to job security?
Yeah, it's kind of same because we have been into this very same scenario and very same situation recently. So initially, I also felt I never thought that I would be doing a business. I would be leaving a job and doing a business, right? I never ever thought of this, and that was just because I was being feeded this job security. I was being feeded that you have to do a job and side by side you can do something else if you want to. Otherwise, you
Right.
have to do a mainstream job so that you can earn maybe 50K, 1 lakh, 150 per month. So that there's a security and your life is secure. You can get married after 5-6 years, and every damn like वो जो एक सीढ़ी दिखाई जाती है ना, that ladder. So that is being shown by our parents, by the society, I would say, and that there's no bad in doing that. Everybody does that. So I was also in that loop, basically, if I say.
Right.
But then soon I realized that what will happen to my dreams if I am focusing on these job security or something like that, these terms, then what will happen to my dream, which I have always thought that I will do, right?
Yeah.
And that can be done now. I'll not be able to do this when I'll be 30 or 35. It will be much more tougher. So I was like, ठीक है, अब I have to take a step, and we both discussed, and I just took the step. And after that, I would say that I started feeling कि that was just a myth. Job security was just a myth. So yes, definitely for some people it's very tough to just leave the job and start off with a new business. I can totally understand. But the fact that they don't start with anything, I don't get that. ठीक है? You can start with anything, maybe as a side hustle or maybe something like that, but you have to
Exactly.
start.
So when people actually start using job security as an excuse,
Yes.
or as a means of killing or postponing working on their dreams, I think that is really harmful.
Exactly, and we have discussed this in our very first episode as well कि यार there are much more excuses when you जब तुम कुछ भी start करना चाहते हो, you just defend yourself that you are not doing it because of these excuses, and these excuses are just the lies which you are taking in yourself and just making yourself feel better. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just you against you, like we have discussed in our first podcast. So
No doubt.
this is it. बहुत बड़ी चीज है ये, and I started feeling कि now कि नहीं यार कुछ नहीं है. This job security वाला जो phenomena है, it's just a myth. It's in your mind that it's, again, I would say, it's you fighting against yourself. So
No doubt.
if you just set the bars कि नहीं मुझे ये करना है. Even if I'm doing a job, I have to allocate 2-3 hours for my side hustle, for my side business, for my passion, for my dream, and everything will start changing. And there will come a time definitely कि तुम उस business पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देने लगोगे, and that job will be just a side hustle for you. And at that very moment, you will realize that job security कुछ था ही नहीं. It was in my head. Right, so this is the slight transition, I would say. But to be honest,
but I have a counter question. I actually have a counter question to your thing because initially जब तू बोल रहा था, so you said कि you know all these things you would have to worry about when you're 30 or 35.
Yeah.
Right. कि मतलब like what we're worrying about responsibility and everything. So do you think कि जो job security का concept है, it becomes more real as you age? You know, as your age increases, थोड़ा फिर उस टाइम पे जॉब सिक्योरिटी ज़रूरी हो जाता है क्या?
According to my viewpoint, in this country, yes. In India, yes. Yeah. Because in India there is a notion which everyone has कि नहीं यार 30 तक I have to get married, right? And after that I will have a family. Whenever this term of family comes, no? So this job security is very prevalent. So आपको वो देखना ही पड़ेगा. You cannot ignore that, right? You have some people who are dependent on you and you need to earn. So उस time पे I feel that either job security or you can say business security as well. Why people say only job security, right?
That's
business
true,
security
just some
as well.
sort of security at the end.
Yeah, like if you are earning maybe 2 lakh rupees from business and that's maybe varying. Someday you are earning 150, someday you are earning 250 a month. So that's also a secure business, I would say. This term job security, people only consider कि सिर्फ job करेंगे तो life secure होगी. That's not true. So I've realized this after coming into business. So this was my point actually. Thank you for putting this question so that I can reframe my point. So this was it basically. यार लोग ये सोचते हैं कि सिर्फ job से. There's only one thing. We are made this I would say एक राह जो दिखाई जाती है. This path is shown to us कि नहीं बेटा तुम्हें job ही करनी है. After this you'll have to do a job and you'll be secured for life.
Right.
And we did the very same. Like everyone else would. Right?
Yeah.
And after that we were not secure. In fact we were miserable, if that's a right term to put into this context.
Actually, this is a very important thing actually, like what you put up, that we were miserable, right? So actually I feel the definition of security is, I feel, wrong in this perspective now, because job security right now, it means holding on to your job, but at what cost, right?
Yes.
So if you have a job, yes, you have a job, so that should not only mean job security. Job security should be, if such a term should exist, then job security should be maybe something that you're working with, and at the same time it's not making you miserable.
Exactly.
You know, you have to look at both sides. So what does that, what do you think like is included in that? Is a job security bolte hain to miserableness?
So it's only money. Everything is all about money, I guess. Whenever people are talking about job security, they're only talking about money. You just say that I am a YouTuber and I'm earning 5 lakh rupees a month. So they'll be just quiet. They'll be saying कि अरे बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत अच्छा. He's having a secure job.
True.
Right? So it's just about money. The moment you start earning, maybe it may be through your business, it may be through any menial job, I would say. Even if you are doing a job maybe of a sweeper and you are earning 2 lakh rupees a month, people will not bother. People will say, अरे he's having a government नौकरी जो कि उसमें झाड़ू लगाता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, because 2 lakh रुपए कमा रहा है महीने का. Right? So it's all about the mindset and it's all about the money factor. So
that's true.
I feel that is important. That is the only thing which is important, but that should not be the only thing, like you said. People should also consider the miserable point कि अगर तुम्हें अच्छा ही नहीं लग रहा है, if you are not enjoying what you are doing, then you will not be productive, you will not be happy. And like I have read a book, Ikigai, जो कि मैंने mention भी करी थी पहले किसी podcast में, that book is all about long living, happy living, and that happens because people do what they want to do. Right? लंबी life आप तभी जी सकते हो, you are more happy, you are more peaceful when you do what you want to do. And if you are just working for some MNC, you are working, no offense for a person who's working for an MNC or something like that. We used to do that. But I'm just saying कि people who are working for that MNC or for that big company or something like that, जो भी employee हैं वहाँ के, they only think कि उसी चीज़ से उनको job security, उनको खुशी मिल सकती है. They have to go and think within themselves कि नहीं यार असलियत में मुझे क्या पसंद है. Maybe I like playing a guitar, maybe doing anything. So I would say अगर वो चीज़ आप नहीं कर रहे हो, if you are missing out on that thing, then you are not happy and ultimately you will not lead a good life.
Yeah, I completely agree with that actually. And I would just like to ask another question here that what happens a lot of times is that job security is actually talked about a lot of times because it's put on the other side of your dreams. Right? मतलब job security versus हमेशा dream chasers होता है. तो like do you really feel that job security has a negative impact on following your dreams and everything?
Yes, actually, yes, I feel that because the thing is कि क्योंकि अगर आप job security पे focus कर रहे हो, like I said, that if you are only focusing on job security, then you will have to curtail with your things, with your dreams, with what you really want to do. So yes, I feel कि एक negative impact तो है वहाँ पे. And that negative impact is for most people, I feel, because the more and more people are working, they want to do something else, but instead they are working for a company or maybe for a job which they don't like just because of the money they are getting, right? Just because
So
of the
I would like to say,
security.
so what if like one of maybe even our friends or just someone randomly comes up to you and says, "Ke, bro, okay, I'm convinced by what you're saying. I am ready to, follow my dreams, leaving job security. But what if I fail there, and I don't have anything now? So like, how would you counter that?"
I feel that if you fail at what you are doing, then definitely you learn, no?
Right.
You learn by your mistakes, and then if you have this only option left to go back to a job, then you will definitely be much more productive at your job, and then you'll start loving your job. Well, that is what I think. I left my
Yeah.
job. I am doing what I want to do just because of the fact कि ठीक है मुझे ये पसंद है. I'll give a shot. I have some years left for me, and now I'll do this for maybe 1%. I think कि अगर मैं fail हो जाता हूँ, and if I have this option of going back to a job, which will be the only option left for just for a case. So I love that job because now I know that I wanted to do that. I've tried that for 2 years and I failed. Right. And now the only option left is job. So
मतलब
I'll be
दिमाग में
more
वो what
productive.
ifs, वो जो what ifs रहते हैं कि भाई क्या क्या पता मैं ये कर लेता और maybe this could have happened, like all those what ifs will be
Yes.
clear, so now your
Yes.
conscience will be a bit more satisfied and at peace.
Exactly. And you will be much more mature, I feel, in whatever
Yeah,
you are
that's
doing, in
true
whatever
actually. Yeah.
decisions you are taking from now on.
Yeah.
Right. So नहीं ये होता है यार. People learn from their mistakes, and I'll not say that everybody succeeds. There are
Yeah.
many startups which fail, but everyone should work towards their success, but always be prepared for their failure. And if you fail, then you learn. And
Yeah.
अगली बार जब आप वो कुछ करने जाओगे, so you'll go there by from a place of experience, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing I asked this, the only reason I asked this is because I understand that concepts like, or maybe just normal concepts that are accepted by the mass are normally sold on the basis of fear. जैसे job security है, वो concept has been accepted, I would say universally, because it it is controlled by fear, right? कि भाई जॉब सिक्योरिटी नहीं रहेगी तो भाई नौकरी कैसे रहेगी भाई, खाएंगे कैसे यार, these kind of things. So
Exactly.
this is probably why so many people stick to job security. It is
Yeah.
correlated with
Yes,
fear.
and don't you think that this job security or this doubting yourself for job security, just for that excuse जो तुम बात कर रहे हो, that is just because you are low on confidence or you don't trust yourself?
Yeah,
Don't you feel that?
definitely
Because
there is some part or it plays some significant role जो तुम्हारी इनसिक्योरिटीज़ रहती हैं. बिकॉज लेट मी लाइक मैंने नॉर्मली देखा है कि जो ड्रीम्स वगैरह रहती है ना लोगों की, दे आर ऑलवेज आउट ऑफ वंस कंफर्ट जोन. अगर जैसे
yes,
कोई बंदा कभी पैदा होकर ये नहीं बोलता कि भाई आई वॉन्ट अ डेस्क जॉब and I want to maybe just fill out paperwork or whatever, that no one is ever born with that. They're always like, it's something exciting to hear about, it's something exciting to listen to. तो आई थिंक वो थोड़ा कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलने का सबको डर रहता है. दैट इज कम्प्लीटली राइट. यू आई थिंक यू आर स्पॉट ऑन विद दैट.
yeah, and I feel कि यार इसमें मुझे वो चीज़ याद आती है जो एक बिल गेट्स का एक सिनेरियो बताया गया था. दैट once a reporter asked Bill Gates that if I ask you, being Bill Gates, if I ask you कि I'm telling you that you have to invest in this startup and you are really convinced कि you will invest. Being Bill Gates, you will invest in this startup, right? But the thing is that what if I say that अगर ये fail हो गया, what if this fails, right? What will you do? You lose this much $1 billion or something like that. What will you do then? And Bill Gates replied, what if I succeeded?
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So this is just the point of view, the frame of reference from where you are looking at a situation or maybe a
Yeah.
problem. Right. So people think कि यार मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा,
Right. Yeah.
and they will eventually fail. And people think कि नहीं यार कैसे नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Like how will this not be possible? If I do it, I will. Right.
True.
So that is also true.
And
Henry Ford
also,
said this, right?
yeah.
कि people who can't and people who can, both are true in their own sense.
So right, and adding on to your point, actually, I would like to say कि अगर सब लोग ही job security के बारे में सोचने लगे, then how will jobs be created? Right? Because people that are in favor of job security, I have nothing against them, but
Yeah.
they can never be job creators. Right? Agar job creators will always have to be the people that leave job security aside and actually, venture out of their comfort zones.
Yes, exactly. And what I feel is that these days in India, at least things are changing. This Atmanirbhar Bharat, right?
Yeah.
And Made in India campaign. So these things are more and more focusing on entrepreneurship and building young entrepreneurs and young businesses, small businesses.
Right.
Right. So this will motivate the youth. And this is a very good sign. Very good sign which will show its results maybe in 5 to 10 years from now on. But more importantly, I would like to ask you that how would have this concept developed, like over this period of time? कैसे develop हुआ होगा? I sometimes think that there would have been a person who said कि नहीं यार job करनी है तभी secure हो जाओगे, this and that. How would this like कैसे start हुआ होगा?
To be honest, अगर हम बिल्कुल ही ऐसा cool सा approach लेना, if we want to talk about like conspiracy theories and everything, then it's very possible that not everyone again can be a business creator, right? जो उसको भी बड़ा business खड़ा करना है, he needs employees, right? And if anyone is given a choice between entrepreneurship and a job, I think they would want to be the business owner than the worker for the business, right? So I think they might have popularized, this concept. These C-level executives. This is such a controversy theory, bro. Trust me.
And I guess, genuinely. Sometimes I think I just get into this loop and I could never come out. So that is it. And sometimes I also think this, कि you remember the moment we stepped into our company and from the very first day we are being shown the ladder of growing, right? I feel that is also very contagious.
That is
Right,
true, yeah.
because you are being shown a path. You are being shown कि यार 5 साल में तुम इस level पे पहुंच जाओगे. You will get a promotion in 3 years. You will get a promotion in 7 years. And after that, this and this and this. And this develops the fear of losing the job and वो जो job
That's
security
true,
का concept.
actually, because then you think because now it's not only you, right? Because you are around with your peers, they have become your circle, they've become your network. You also start feeling कि भाई अगर मैंने job छोड़ दी, I start working on my own. तो भाई ये तो निकल लिया भाई, आगे निकल जाएंगे ये तो हैं. What is this? Right. And this is a
And
genuine
then I
fear.
guess the what if thing is very prevalent now.
Yeah.
कि यार अब अगर मैंने छोड़ दिया and if I fail, then these people, I'll be looking up to these people.
Yeah.
Right. ये लोग यहाँ पहुंच जाएंगे where I could have also been there.
Yeah.
Or maybe ahead of them.
That's true.
Right. तो तुम तब वो चीज और नहीं कर पाते हो. You step down. You step back. नहीं. I'm good here. I'll be this. After 5 years, I'll do this. And then after 35 years, I will retire from the very same job.
Yeah, exactly.
And the life is set. बढ़िया PF मिलेगा, बढ़िया retirement bonus मिलेगा, and everything will be done.
But it's crazy when you think about it कि as a student, I think from the start एक चीज़ हमेशा सिखाई जाती है कि भाई लालच बुरी बला है.
Yes.
That is like ये तो कम से कम brain tattoo कराती हैं, every college, every education institute, and right when we get into the jobs, we are offered that greed. Okay, bhai, you will get these incentives, you'll have to work through the KPIs and everything. So I think that does create it. You're right.
Yeah, so I guess this is the starting point of everything. जो शुरुआत में बच्चा जाता है because that guy is just having an impression कि नहीं मुझे बस job में जाना है. I'm going to earn now.
Yeah,
I'm going to learn
start
something
earning
new,
somehow.
right? And after that he comes to know, oh my God, I can be this, I can be that, I can do this, I can do that, and he's not realizing that what he wanted to do is now staying at a trash can. कि जो तुम्हें सही में करना था वो तो तुम्हारा डस्टबिन में पड़ा हुआ है. Right.
Genuinely.
Now you have just forgotten everything and now you're just focusing on जो तुम्हें सपने दिखाए जा रहे हैं. Right. ठीक है, वो भी ठीक है, वो भी अपनी जगह पे काफी जगह पे ठीक रहता है. काफी जगह पे आपको ऐसा होता है कि आपका passion cannot earn that much. That's also true. But
Yeah.
it's not good to just forget your passion or maybe the dream which you want to do, right? If that's a business, तब तो
Yeah.
बिल्कुल नहीं भूलना चाहिए. Like मुझे जब से लगने लगा that I have to do this business, so I was like day and night thinking of it, right? And ultimately I just left my job. So
Yeah. Plus, I
th-
think if you're earning even 25% in something you love, right, I think that is a win.
yeah, I can
Matlab,
see that. I can see that you are
25% of what you
speaking.
were working with.
Yeah, I can see that you are speaking from a point of experience because you are earning 25% of the amount you were earning some months back maybe. So, but yeah, it
Wow.
feels good.
Yeah.
It feels really
It
good. Yeah,
it feels good and it
everything.
hurts.
Yeah.
Bittersweet. Your
No, no,
pants are definitely lighter. You know that. Pockets are lighter for sure.
but your hopes are higher. So
Very
over here, Weber. Now I'm talking from a corporate point of view. Over here, if your business succeeds, then
high.
you'll not have to wait for a 7% increment, mind you. You'll be looking for a 200% increment. So that is the
Not
motivation which you should have, and just keep
not
going.
to mention it can be the other way around as well. But I think that's part of the fun as well, right? It's kind of like a roller coaster that you're controlling in a way.
Yes,
It's
yes.
up to you pretty much.
Right. So, any ending statement from your side? Because I guess this has been a fun conversation and a learning one. Well, like we
I
transitioned
think
from a very serious conversation to a casual one. So it was
yeah.
beautiful. And any ending statement from your side, like
I think
your
just very
take?
simple.
Hmm.
Just very simple. Job security or no job security, I would just like to say bluntly that don't let it become an excuse for not doing what you want to. Because let me tell
Yes.
you, if that happens, right, you will always, you will actually start regretting very easily and very soon. But what you don't know is that regret will keep increasing year after year, year after year, year after year. And so it's just important to pretty much follow what you want to do. And I think
100%. No, no,
that's
I
from my
agree.
side. Abhinav,
I
आप
agree, and
बताएं.
I don't have to put anything much. I guess I have talked a lot about this in this whole podcast episode. So the same take, the very same take, that ठीक है job security के लिए अगर आप focus कर रहे हो, do focus on job security, but never let your passion, never let your dreams die. Right. Always try to
Yeah.
focus on them. If they can generate money, then start them as a side hustle. And तब वो तो जो तुम्हें job security का term है ना, you'll see that diminishing the moment you start
Yeah.
earning from your passion and dream. Right, because the feeling of earning from your dream, from your passion, what you love to do, is something different. Is something different from the paycheck you receive every month, right? From a job
Yeah.
which you don't want to do. So, वो बहुत difference है, and I would love people coming up and telling their stories. So you can anytime pitch us on our Instagram handle, that is @modern age preachers. Guys, it is not modern age podcast; it's modern age preachers. You can come there and just tell your side of the story. And thank you for listening to this podcast. यार अगर आप यहाँ तक सुन रहे हो तो please subscribe to our podcast, share it with as many people you can, and help us grow. And thank you. That's it for this week's podcast. We'll see you in the next week podcast. And till then, take care. Bye bye. See you.
Cheers, guys.